So hello and welcome. Thank you for clicking on this video. We're in a woodland, or a forest I would call this, because it's huge. And we are, where are we? We're in Surrey and we're hiking. But obviously we're going to wild camp. But I'm not 100% on who landowners are. I know some of this where we are is forestry land. Some of it is private land, so we're going to have to be a little bit stealthy. But I was looking on the map at where we're going to stay, and you know, there's some nice areas here. It's a lovely woodland, lots of oak trees. At the moment it's coniferous in that direction. I may end up in there, but on the map there's a pond or a lake, I'm not too sure. But it's a reasonably sized bit of water, so I was just going to have a go at finding it. In my head it would be a lovely pond with a nice beach, and I could set up there and have a little fire and, you know, just relax. But I expect when I get there it'll be a muddy pool overgrown with weeds. And if that's the case, we'll find somewhere else, but we'll see. So I've got my tent. It's probably the last time I use a tent for a while, because I do like a tarp, and I wasn't sure what the bugs would be like. It's September, so I'm hoping they've pretty much gone. I don't know where this goes. We'll go this way, Tink. This way. So I'm just following a random path at the moment, and kind of seeing where it leads. So it's my first camp on my own for a while, so quite looking forward to that. And yeah, there's a sign up there. What does that say? Come on. It's been blowing a bit of a gale here. I think there's been a storm in America, and I think we've got the tail end of it here. So so I'm just going to be a bit careful. It's calming down now though. All day it's been blowing really bad, but just seems to be calming down now, which is probably a good thing, because I don't want to get hit on the head by a tree. That would be a bummer. But yeah, we'll there's a sign. Look at the sign. Danger, men at work. No unauthorized persons allowed beyond this point. That sounds like an invitation, doesn't it? We'll see. I'm going to wander. We'll come back soon. Glove up, get rid of any prickly bits before I lay my precious tent down. Is that where you want to sleep, Tink? Right there, is it? What did I see? I saw a bramble. Where are you? You're sitting on it. You're sitting on it. For those that like these things, this is a Van Gogh something something something. Pro 200, that's what it's called. It's the tent I bought recently that I took on my trip to Wales with Rob and John, and that was a very good trip. I got a little bit cold on the second night because I only had a lightweight sleeping bag, but we're in September now, so I bought my medium-sized sleeping bag, so hopefully I'll be warm enough tonight. And I've got the dog to cuddle, which is she generates a fair amount of heat herself. She's coming in here with me. Shift it, you. Shift it. Yeah. So tent's all pitched. The sun is sinking, isn't it? So we're going to sort out somewhere to have a fire and gather a few bits, but we'll light it once it starts to get a bit darker, so we're not advertising ourselves too much. So I'm going to have a fire somewhere here. Just going to clear a little spot and dig a little hole, and we'll find some wood. Just here, I suppose. Clay, it's clay. So the ground is clay, which is good in a way, but it's hard to dig in. Cool. Lumps of it, which is nice to make a little fire ring out of clay. That's probably all I need. There we go. There we go, a little bit more. That's going to do for a base. We'll light on top of that, and we'll keep it small tonight. So as I say, when I went to, you can't see, when I went to the Brecon Beacons, I took my super lightweight sleeping bag, which is this big. So we've moved up a notch. We're not quite on the military Arctic bag yet. Can't wait for that because I love that one. But we're on a 3-season bag, which will do me just fine. And it was my birthday a little while back, and I bought myself a present, as you do, and it's this travel pillow. I have terrible trouble with pillows. I've tried an inflatable one, I didn't like it. I've tried a snug pack one, which sort of squashes into a bag. It's tiny, it's really small, and I just fall off the side of it and I get irritated. But this is a Mountain Warehouse jobby. It's not particularly expensive, but it just was a little bit bigger than my other one, and I don't know what it would be like, but it's a bit camp looking. But we are camp life, as it were. But yeah, it's a bit longer that way, so we'll see how that goes. Whether I can get it back in there is another thing. It's all good. So yeah, bed is ready for later. Zip that up till later on. Just keep the bugs out, because there are still a few bugs, so I'm glad I wasn't under a tarp, because I'll be itching, I think. But sitting by the fire will be fine, and then once I'm in here I'll be fine. Speaking of fire, it is getting dark, so it's probably time. Okay, so I've just got a little cup holder of bark. I've got a bit of fat wood here, so I'm just going to scrape away and make a little pile. This knife has a, I don't know if you can see it, but you probably not on that one. It's got a little sort of flattened off bit on the top there, which I think is very good. It's very good for the scraping of fat wood. I think the flat bit is for the ferro rod to be scraped against, but it's equally good for this kind of thing. Right, so got some nice fluffy bits. I can get these to light. There we go. And just this little fat wood feather stick. And these bits that I trimmed off. Oh, careful. Just lay them over the top. And another layer. Now we're in business. Now we're in business. So I'm just going to let that burn down a little bit, and then I've got my grill to put over the top. I'm going to do some chicken burgers, I think. I've got chicken breast that I sliced that way, if you can see me. I sliced it horizontally, and they've been marinating in barbecue sauce overnight, so I'm going to grill them. Got a bit of salad and a couple of buns. So we're going to have chicken burger and salad. Hey Tink. Tink's got dog food, but she'll have a burger as well, because that's how we roll. What I need... You're getting warm, sweetheart. What I need is a beer. Oh, I haven't sat by a campfire for ages. That's lovely. Yeah, I don't want that to get any bigger than that, really. I just want to let what's there die down, and then I put my grill over the top, and then it'll just be burning one or two logs at a time after that, just to provide us with a bit of warmth, eh, sweetheart? Bit of Brewdog IPA in honour of Lee from Burton Outdoors, who bought me some of these a while back, and they were very nice. Cheers, Lee. Oh, that's good. So I've got a bit of a problem with my camera. I've got the external mic, and it keeps coming loose. And I get moments that I film with no sound because it's half in, half out, and so the internal mic doesn't kick in and the external mic doesn't work either. So I walked earlier, jabbering away about this lake I was trying to find, because I'm in a you know, a mystery woodland, shall we say. Some of it's privately owned, some of it's forestry. I'm not entirely sure which bit I'm in, but I'm out the way. We walked for a good couple of hours earlier, didn't we, Tink? Yeah, it's massive, this area. There's one or two farms and there's one or two mansions dotted about, but there's not a lot else for miles. And looking at the map on Google Maps, there was a lake, and so I screenshotted the map and I found the lake earlier, and my intention was to camp next to it, but it had a fence round it which was brand new, and there was a track running along round the outside of at least half of it, and that had fresh horse poo, horse footprints. And then I walked round following the fence round to see what it was like, and there was a farm, or a farm track that was there through the field, and someone went past on a quad bike, and I thought, maybe I can't sleep on the edge of the lake, which is a shame because it was a beautiful lake. So I left the lake. That's probably 45 minutes behind me, and opted for this area because it cleared in that direction. You could see sun through the trees and all. It's quite dark in places in this wood, but this bit's opened right up. But there's nothing around me for a good distance, so I feel reasonably comfortable. And I was kind of thinking, you know, you walk around these kinds of woods and you just kind of feel, I don't know if people do this kind of thing, you know, the wild campers among us, you feel when it doesn't feel right. And that lake on the map, I thought that looks lovely, it's in the middle of nowhere, and it just felt all wrong. And you see evidence of people and horses and, you know, brand new fences and all, you just think, nah, maybe not. So it's a shame, but this spot's lovely. The sunset through the trees there was really pretty. I don't think there'll be much of a sunrise because in that direction it's very thick. But yeah, I'm happy where I am. I've got my tent, I've got my dog. My fire's dying down a bit now, so I'm going to get my grill on and get dinner going because I'm getting hungry. And yeah, we'll see what these burgers turn out like. This beer is rather nice. Don't knock my beer over, Tink. And the good thing is, this wood I picked up, the sort of the dead wood, or dead standing wood, mostly is oak, so it's kicking off a hell of a bit of heat. Put those two bits on and then put the grill over the top. And that will do nicely. I'm hoping, yeah I do, because I've got raw chicken, I was hoping I had a glove that I could, leave it to, a glove that I could put on so that I haven't got to worry about having mucky hands. Oh, that's kicking out heat, my knee's burning. Wow. I'm going to keep this glove on for a bit. Sit, sweetheart, sit. Good girl, stay. I know there's food coming, you don't have to get that close. So yeah, I put the marinade in a Ziploc bag. Oh, funky. I think I got one too many pieces of chicken, so I can afford to lose one to the fire, but I'd rather not because I'm getting hungry. Ugh. Just pour that on. Yuck. Very nice in a minute. Buns. Where's the salad, eh? There's the salad, and there's cheese in there too, I forgot about that. Glorious. They look alright. Tasty, tasty. Put my knife there to heat, because I just handled Tink's dog food with it, and I'm going to use it to flip that in a minute. Let's see if I can flip these without losing them. Oh, that looks glorious. There's one. Two. Well tasty. I'll move them all over. I'll be able to toast my buns. Don't fiddle too much, otherwise we'll lose them. Look alright, don't they? Should probably swap the front one to the back and the back one to the front, but I'll let them cook like that for a few minutes before I fiddle too much. Turn them over. So they've been in the freezer, so they're a little bit damp. And while they're warm, put a bit of cheese in there. This could be a bit hot and burny. That's alright. First burger of the day. Ouch. Bit of tomato. Couple of bits of lettuce. No, don't lick it. Put the top on. Whoa, careful. That's very nice. Wait a minute. Yep. It's cooked. Yep, it is. You got your foot on my foot, Tink. Is that you being affectionate? Oh, you're drooling. Sit. Sit. Good girl. Okay, number two, Tink, number two. In goes the chicken. We'll come back when we've eaten. Hey, give me a kiss. Give me a kiss. Well, cheers. Dinner was nice. Lice. Dinner was not lice, dinner was a burger, but dinner was nice. Oh, just sitting on the floor with my back resting because I haven't got my chair. Sitting on this log's alright, but it does make your back ache. Yeah, I think it's about 8:30, 9 now. I'm just going to drink a beer and then I'm probably going to head to bed because as some of you know, I've gone back to work after a bit of time off and whew, I'm quite weary. Yeah, September through to Christmas is pretty manic in my line of work, and yeah, after having 6 weeks off, it was bit of a shock to the system, I'll tell you. I'll tell you, mate. But hey ho, I'm 3 weeks in, I think now. We're coming near the end of September. Just sort of finding my feet at last. But come the weekends, I'm shattered. I was going to camp last weekend, but I just didn't have it in me. I was so tired. But I was looking forward to tonight, because it's been a while since I've been out on my own. Went out with the family a few weeks back. That was the last time I went anywhere. That beer I had earlier, that I stood down here, told Tink not to knock it over. When I got up, I broke a bit of this rotten log, and all the punky bits of wood dropped into it. I didn't realise I had a big gulp of it, and it was bitty, should we say. I still finished it, because, you know, best not waste any. You're liking it, aren't you, Tink? She was well excited to come. Today when I got back from work about, I don't know, 3 I suppose. You know, I'd packed my bag the night before, so she'd had her eye on me. But when I got back today and I started getting dressed and putting my shoes on, she just followed me everywhere. And at one point I went out to the car just to get something to bring in, and she was whining at the door thinking I'd left her behind, because she was not happy that I didn't take her to Wales, because she wanted to eat all them sheep. But yeah, she does like coming. Yeah, it's very pleasant. There's no stars that I can see, but there's a massive moon over there. Looks pretty cool through the trees. I thought it was someone with a torch earlier when I looked round, because it was low, but it's definitely the moon. Talking with John and Rob about a Christmas special. We were talking about going camping somewhere, probably in a place with permission, but doing a full Christmas lunch on the campfire, and maybe a Christmas jumper and some decorations. It sounds like fun. It sounds like it'll be cold, but if we're where we're allowed to be, we'll have a big roaring fire and keep ourselves warm. I don't know, there'll probably be tenting, I suppose, or hammocking, but I expect I will tarp and set it up quite near the fire so that I can just keep warm without too much effort. And Tink will come, won't you, Tink? You'll come on a Christmas camp. Yeah, she will. There's a fella called Joe that does YouTube videos. Some of you may know who he is. He's just had his second child. I forget what he called her. It's a little girl. I'll just say, well done. Cheers. Congratulations to you, bud. But yeah, good on him. Bum, 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 bum. Now my daughter, Pip, she's pestered me for well over a year now, because she wants her own YouTube channel, and I've kind of fobbed her off a little bit, because I'm thinking she's too young and all that sort of thing. But I gave in last week, or week before. We went to Brighton sometime in August for a weekend. We stayed at the Hilton Hotel as a sort of a special treat. The kids had never stayed in a hotel, and so we thought if we're going to do it, we'll do it properly. So we stayed in a posh one, as posh as the Hilton is. And she said, can I make a video of our trip? So I let her, and yeah, I gave in and uploaded it. So she now has a channel. She's called Cookie Pip, and she wants to do the stuff that's popular with the youth challenges and, you know, pranky type things, and arts and craft, and, you know, things like that. But her hotel video, it's not too bad really. She made a few videos at home that she just deleted in the end, but she did a lot of running around with a camera with it shaking like mad, and we spoke about the quality of it, you know, and the look of it and all. And she's took it on board, and she made a bit of an effort on that one, and yeah, it's quite a fun video. But yeah, she wants to do a 24 hours in a tent. That's her next video, which might be happening tomorrow when I get home, because she wants to borrow my camera, and she wants me to help her with the editing. So we thought, I was talking to her about it, and we thought maybe we'd set it up in the living room, and she's going to go in it, and she's not allowed out for 24 hours other than to go to the toilet, because otherwise that wouldn't be fair. But yeah, we talked about it when I picked her up from school the other day, and she's pretty keen to do it, so might go with her and get her some supplies and film all that, and make her put it up herself. It's only my cheap one that doesn't need pegging out. It's sort of self-standing tent, as it were. So clear a space in the living room, and she can set it up, and I'll film her, and she can get her supplies, and then she can stay in a tent for 24 hours. Means I'll get the telly. Silver lining. So yeah, go and have a look at Cookie Pip if you feel like it. Give her a subscription, and I'm sure she'd be pleased. I think she's got 7 subscribers since her last video, and that's me, my wife, her brother, my mum, my wife's mum. I'm not sure who the other 2 are, maybe school friends. But yeah, she's been on about it for ages, and so I thought, well, if she makes a go of it and she learns the editing software and all that sort of thing, then it's kind of it'd be a good thing, be good for her, for computer literacy and all that. So I'll give her a bit of support. And obviously I put the channel in my name when I opened it up, the account, and then you change the name. So I've changed it to the name she wanted, but all the, you know, the comments and, you know, feedback she gets all will pop up on my phone, so I can keep a close eye on it. But bless her, she wants to do it. And yeah, if she does 24 hours in a tent in the living room, and then maybe next time she'll do it in the garden. I thought maybe it'd be a bit cold for her in the garden now. But she wants to do 24 hours in a bathroom, 24 hours in my bedroom. That's not going to happen. I can't remember what else she said. She was on about the whole, you know, glue a pound coin to the pavement and see who tries to pick it up. Forget now what else. She got quite a few ideas. I think she watches a lot of that sort of thing, so I think she's just doing what other people do. Oh, she said, can she mail herself? I said no. She said, can you put me in a box and take me to the post office and post me to our house? No. So we can't do that. But I said maybe we can do a fake one. I'll take her to the post office and then I'll take her home again and she can sit in a box in her bedroom for a night, but I don't think I'll be letting her actually post herself somehow. But bless her, she's keen. Oh, anyway. Fire's down to embers. And I'm sitting in the dark in the woods. With my dog. With my dog. Yeah. Then gonna finish my beer and then head to bed, I reckon. I bought that tent. I don't actually know if Tink will fit in there with me. I'm sure she'll find a way, even if she ends up laying on top of me. But it's not as big as that 2-man one that I had previously. Yeah. I think it's just before 10. I think we're done. Tink's comfy. Look at her. Bless her. She's fine. She fits. Oh, so yeah, we'll see you bright and early. Not sure what plan is in the morning. I think we'll just play it by ear, see how we feel. But yeah. Good night. See you in the morning. Morning. So, right at this moment, I've lost Tink. She wandered off. Oh, I can hear her. She's over there somewhere. I think she's just gone to the toilet. Bit of privacy. Oh, here she comes. Come on. Hey. What you been doing? Morning. You've been for a wander. How is it? How is the wander? Did you get a bit lost? Hey. Good girl, well done. Yeah, so I found Tink. She found me. Yeah, it's quite pleasant. Slept like a log. It's 8 o'clock. I was asleep by 10, half 10. So I needed that. Now I need some coffee and some brekkie. Tink wants the fire lit. I wasn't sure whether to go straight home this morning, but I think I'll light a very small fire and make some coffee before I march out, because it's give me the energy. Give me the energy. Oh, I've got some jerky. I made some jerky at home and I've got it with me. So I might boil up some water with some coffee and a bit of porridge, and then I might just eat jerky that I made. It's chilli and lime. It might be a bit spicy for the morning, but pardon me. Anyway, let's get on. We've got enough stuff around us to make a fire. Alright, sweetheart, come on. Let's get you warm. I've still got these makeup pad thingies. I took them to the Brecon Beacons in case of having a fire, but it was never really an option. So I might as well use one this morning, seeing as I'm having a lazy day. Just chuck it in there. Hey Tink. Watch out, sweetheart. Look out. And we're away. So, as I mentioned, it was my birthday. This was a present from my daughter. She's a titanium cook set. Shove it on there. Just lift that up so you can get it. What do we want? Cup of coffee, I think. With the sugar. What's that one? Golden syrup. Sounds delicious. So that's the cook pot. It also has cup in there. I like the cups because they've got the little loop under there in the handle where your finger rests, which makes them quite comfy. And inside of that is a little fold up spork. Oh, I'll just throw on the floor. Isn't that sweet? So yeah, thanks Pip. And yeah, the set is titanium and it is very light. I usually take that big zebra pot and you know, I haven't weighed them, but feeling them in my hands, this set, it's a fraction of the weight, which doesn't really bother me. I'm not obsessed with weight, but it's just very strange when you hold it in your hand and it doesn't weigh anything. It's pretty cool. I'm just going to make porridge in the bag to save washing up. If I don't pour it over my hand. Wow, that's hot. Just gonna close that up and let it gestate for a while. Put it over there. Oh yeah, sticky lump of ooze. Get a few planes over this way. This will be the test of these pots, because that canteen set I've got with the bottle, the cup on there, when you go to drink it, it's red hot, because it's whatever it is. I don't know if it's aluminium, tin, maybe tin, I'm not sure, but it still feels very hot on there, but this tip, yeah, I can put my lips on the tip. That's a bonus. As that other one, even when the coffee's starting to go cold, the metal of the cup is roasting hot on your lips. That's not bad, because I can touch that, but I can't drink the coffee because the coffee's too hot. But we shall wait. We shall wait patiently, Tink. Would you like some jerky? As I say, I made this jerky. It was a steak. Get out of it! It was a steak someone gave me, and I like a fatty steak, and this steak had hardly any fat, and so I thought I'll shove it in the dehydrator instead. So I cut it, sliced it up really thin while it was still a little bit frozen, so it's easier. Would you like to try some? And yeah, got these big chunks. And I marinated them in lime zest, lime juice, chilies, red chilies, and soy sauce. And then I put it in my dehydrator for 5 hours. I was expecting it to take longer. When I did fruit before, that took 2 or 3 days. But 5 hours for a very thin steak was fine. Up on full power. It's really nice. It's a little bit warm, and the lime really comes through. But if you like lime and chili, it's pretty tasty. Go on then, you can have the big bit. Don't swallow it, chew it. the pillow. It was much wider, and I like that about it, but when you laid on it, it went down to about that thick. So I got a dry bag with warm clothes that I didn't need, so I had my dry bag and then my pillow, and that was okay. But I don't always take extra clothes, and if it's winter and I take extra clothes, I end up wearing them. So the pillow was okay, but you know, there must be a camping pillow that's decent somewhere. I didn't get on with inflatable. Most of the others are just too small, you know. They're the size of your head, but if you're like me, you roll about a lot in the night, it just pops out. You end up waking up with a stiff neck and the pillow on the floor next to you. I woke up on that one, that was fine, but I had to improvise to make it a little bit higher. I suppose the answer would be have two, but then they become not so lightweight and small, and more of you might as well just take your pillow from home. I heard voices then. Somebody out walking. I heard some shotguns over yonder, so I wonder if there's a shoot going on. I probably should pack up really and make myself scarce. I'll do a bit of packing up while that's hot. Watch it, fatty. Eat it. Yeah, so thanks very much for watching. Can't hear the voices anymore. I hear voices. I think. But anyway, I'm going to slowly pack up and sort out the remnants of this fire, and then I'll say goodbye.